watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here at 6 a.m. on this Monday morning. I'm Chris Groh.
And I'm Netta Irampour. And yeah, we want to get you ready for another, it's hopefully going to be like what we had this weekend. Let's check in with meteorologist Evan Arani. It was so nice and sunny. It was beautiful out there.
San Diego showing off yet again. Beautiful weekend to enjoy the beaches as the sun came out pretty quickly through the morning hours. Today is going to be another one of those days where we barely have a marine layer present out there. Just a bit of cloud cover. Take a look at your high temperatures for today. You mainly got the 70s, 80s, and then as you get all the way out east, 90s. But I do want to show you how we are starting off the morning, because I will say, as we kick off your Monday, temperatures are mostly in the 60s out there. We're not seeing a lot of relief overnight. So if you open up the windows, for example, in the overnight stretch trying to get some relief, here's what you got. 64 in Oceanside, 66 in San Diego, meaning that there's not a lot of cool air out there. It's actually quite mild. Temperatures will be warming up as soon as that sun starts to come out, and that was about 15 minutes ago. So as we watch these clouds break apart, we'll really start to notice that more substantial climb in temperatures. Coming up, we'll talk about what to expect into your 4th of July holiday. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Evan. And later on today, U.S. senators could vote on President Donald Trump's massive budget.
Yeah, lawmakers just wrapped up yet another debate session on the big, beautiful bill as Republicans rush to pass the bill. And CBS 8's Virginia Rita is here in studio with, again, more on how this bill is going to impact San Diegans, but just where things sort of stand right now, Regina.
Well, so far it's been just a lot of back and forth, a lot of debate. It continued debate last night into this morning. A final vote on the package could come as soon as today, but Republicans are working to pass the so-called big beautiful bill by a self-imposed July 4th deadline. Now, this morning, senators debated in Washington, preparing for a vote on President Donald Trump's budget package.
Stands adjourned until 9 a.m.
So late Saturday, the Senate advanced the bill after hours of delay. Now, according to estimates, the cuts could save the government $1.5 trillion over the next decade, but the bill overall is estimated to add $4 trillion to the national debt. Some of the budget provisions include permanent tax cuts across all income levels, with the biggest benefits going to the wealthier class. But there's also savings for middle class families, too. There are new tax breaks for tips, overtime, auto loans, and seniors. On the spending side, $46 billion for the border wall, 10,000 new ICE agents, and $25 billion for the Golden Dome missile defense. Plus, big boost to the military space missions. Now, most Republicans are united in support of the bill, but Democrats are strongly opposed to it. They emphasize the bill would extend 2017 income tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires, while the working class could lose health care and nutritional programs.
Fraud that would make the Enron scammers blush.
This is a betrayal of the middle class.
And here in San Diego, the County Board of Supervisors are already preparing for federal cuts. It is projected that the county could be left without millions in CalFresh food benefits, behavioral health services, housing programs, and new Medicaid. If more than 3 Republicans oppose the bill, it's likely to fail. Guys?
All right, Regina, thank you for the details. One item now gone from that budget bill is a plan to sell off federal land, which may have included property in San Diego County. Politico reporting Senator Mike Lee pulled the proposal overnight after some pushback from West Coast Republicans who said it threatened natural resources. The plan would have sold over 1 million acres of land in 11 states, including California. Protesters in San Diego rallied yesterday, warning it would gut public access and protections.
So if this public land is sold, it is gone for good, right? So once it's in the hands of private developers, gas companies, oil companies, lumber companies, there's no going back, there's no getting it back.
Supporters do argue that it would ease the housing crisis.
And later today, we are expected to get an update on what will happen to the Afghan man who was arrested at a federal courthouse in San Diego 2 weeks ago. 34-year-old Saeed Nasser used to work as a translator for the U.S. military, and as far as we know, now remains in custody at the Otay Mesa Detention Center facing expedited removal. ICE agents arrested Nasser when he showed up for an immigration hearing. Nasser entered the U.S. legally 1 year ago using the CBP-1 app after he left Afghanistan when the Taliban assassinated his brother.
He didn't commit any crimes. He just came here legally seeking refuge after standing with us during our time of war.
It is still unclear if he will be deported immediately or if he will be allowed to have future immigration hearings. This comes as agents have arrested dozens of immigrants inside the downtown courthouse in recent weeks. And right now, Camp Pendleton Marines are stationed at the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol station in Campo. The military told CBS 8 there are 160 to 170 Marines conducting operations out of the Campo station at any given time. Their job is to reinforce the existing border barrier with wire to deter illegal crossings. So far, there have been no reports of Marines detaining anyone in Campo. In a statement, Governor Gavin Newsom's office said, quote, Stephen Miller's quotas are pulling Border Patrol agents hundreds of miles away from the southern border, resulting in terrifying encounters captured on video. Now it appears the Marines are being forced to backfill those border slots. This is not just mission creep, it's putting law enforcement, our soldiers, and the community in danger. Miller is an advisor in the Trump administration. This is all due to an executive order President Donald Trump issued in April that allows federal agencies to facilitate military operations on the border.
Let's turn now to a health alert here. Mosquitoes in Rolando have tested positive for West Nile virus. The virus primarily affects birds, but it can be transmitted to humans through mosquito bites. While no human cases have been reported in the county this year, officials do say the virus is still a threat. To combat the spread, they do say you should dump out any standing water around your home to prevent mosquitoes from breeding. They also recommend wearing long sleeves or pants and using insect repellent when you're outdoors. You can report increased mosquito activity to the county by calling the number right there on your screen. It's 858-694-2888. City of San Diego reopening applications for Tier 4 short-term residential occupancy licenses. Now, this is in Mission Beach. The Tier 4 licenses apply to whole home short-term rentals in the Mission Beach community planning area, operating over 20 days per year. Those applying for a license must have an active transient occupancy tax certificate and ensure all rental unit business taxes are paid. Applications will open up tomorrow, 10 a.m., and they will close on August 15th. The city will then hold a random lottery to determine the processing order and the potential wait list. So it doesn't sound like you need to log in immediately tomorrow. You'll have some time to make sure you meet that deadline.
All right, 6:08 here on this Monday morning. And Evan, I think we got an idea here of when they say the sunshine tax kind of paid off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Over the weekend, it was sunny out there. Clouds didn't hang around for long in the morning hours. Today should be no different. We do have clouds out there, a very shallow marine layer to start off the morning, but the indications that we have are that this cloud layer is not going to last for long. We'll be transitioning very quickly to sunshine as early as 7 and 8 a.m. and then see those temperatures climb into the 70s. Along the coast, some models put us at 78 degrees. I'd say that's a little overly optimistic. It's more likely we'll stay right around the mid-70s this afternoon by the water. Cloud cover, as you can see, is not as dense as it has been for past mornings. Usually we see it stretching all the way out to east of Ramona, in some cases hugging the western slopes of the mountains. So it is not only less active in terms of its depth, but also in terms of how far east it's stretching. Here's a live camera outside. This is our Mount Soledad camera showing that the light is coming through. Remember, sunrise was about 20-30 minutes ago, so we're already seeing some of that light, a little bit of gray out there. Sunset coming at 8:01 p.m. But as you get farther east, that's where those temperatures are going to be quite warm. So by the water, mostly low to mid 70s. As you make your way east, that's where those temperatures climb. 87 inland, 88 for the mountains, and 111 for the deserts. I will say the desert locations that we have for today, as you make your way out to Borrego Springs, Ocotillo Wells, and especially out east of those two spots, that's where those temperatures are really going to climb into the extreme range for your heat index. Today and tomorrow are almost identical, but then by Wednesday we start to see a little bit of a drop in temperatures. That'll continue into Thursday as temperatures slide and as we get a little bit of relief on hand. Let's check in on your roads this morning. It's just about to hit 610, and your roads are smooth at the southbound 15 at Valley Parkway. What we're seeing this morning is that because that cloud layer is not quite as active, we don't have any fog to kick off the day. So that's a plus side to the forecast this morning. Should be able to head out at your normal speeds. Checking in on your border wait times, 100-minute wait at both the San Ysidro Port of Entry and the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. So both spots should take you just about an hour 40 to get across.